Hey, in the midst of what's going on in the market, if you've lost your job, I just want to say sorry. If you're like me, I lost my job back in March of 2020 when COVID first hit. And I was experiencing a range of emotions. And since I'm a guy, I don't know how to articulate all those emotions, but it was something along the lines of betrayal, frustration, sadness, anger, and also like identity. For better or worse, really for worse, a lot of my identity is tied in my performance and how I'm doing. And it's easy to measure that. And when that's taken away, you feel, or at least I felt, like a failure. And so I just want to say, I know how that feels, but also the question becomes, what now in light of that, what do I do about it? And so if it's any encouragement, I just wanted to share that is the origin story of Rev Partners, that my co-founder and I were coming from this place of brokenness, of really just sadness. And so that's what allowed us to build Rev Partners the way we have. And I recently listened to somebody, his name's Justin, started a company called Freedom. And he talks about this framework of will plus way times timing. Like that is the framework for change and for movements, and it's certainly true for Rev Partners. The will was there, meaning Matt and I had both experienced like what we felt like was a really poor way of managing uncertain times. And so we wanted to create an environment and a culture that did things a little bit differently in terms of how we thought about our people. Like, how do we unlock latent potential for human flourishing? How do we create environments where people can thrive and then they can bring their whole selves to work? Like, that was really important to us. But we needed a mechanism or vehicle by which to do that. And this gets into the way. So when we think about way, and my encouragement to you is think about what are the skill sets that you have that the market needs. And that could be an existing employer, a employer out there that you're looking to be hired by, or to create something new. It's like, what do you have? What talents, skill sets have you accumulated, acquired that you can really position the market? And then lastly is timing. From our perspective, we were very fortunate on timing. Like, there are a lot of things we did, yes, but really timing is what's allowed us to grow fast. And that's being that RevOps managed service provider, standardized on HubSpot. We can talk a lot about why, but the point is, like, think about what is the market asking for, what does it need, and how can you help, provide that product or service in light of your skill set. Look, all this doesn't, this is still really hard. It doesn't change that. It doesn't change that it really sucks. Look, I had 3 kids. I had a mortgage and a private school payment. So I get it. It's hard. And I didn't really know where this is going, nor do I know where it's going in the future, because we don't control that. But we do control our attitude. That's something that you can control, how you respond to these situations. And there's a saying that I really reminded myself during this really hard time is like, sometimes sour grapes produce the best wine, meaning these circumstances, 1, they don't define us, but 2, they can create opportunity. And so that's my encouragement to you is don't be a victim. Yes, it's hard, but don't be a victim, and say, hey, in light of this, what does this mean, and how can I apply it and create an opportunity out of it, whether that's serving another company or creating my own thing. Happy to share more about our story, but I really do hope that you find peace and you find encouragement in the midst of a really not troubling, but just a really hard season. But just also know that it is a season, and don't let it become more than that. Feel free to reach out. Feel free to connect. I'd love to see how I can help.